Alright, diecast fans, diecast enthusiasts. Let's crack a car. There is nothing special about this one at all. These are warming pegs. I got it because I'm somewhat of a Toyota enthusiast, and I really like this, like, nostalgic Toyota. I don't know if it's like a racing livery or what it is, but I dig it, and that's why I picked this one up. Really cool truck. And just to kind of show you a couple things, probably my favorite Matchbox 4Runner is this little guy right here. He's awesome. I love these Matchbox 4Runners. I wish I had all of them. I think I've only got like 5 or 6 of them. This one I like a lot, though. I like it because of the white wheels and the vintage Toyota livery. And then also, probably the most well-known from Hot Wheels, it's either 100% or Black Box, I don't recall. So we have the Tacoma, the 4Runner, and the Tundra. Albeit the Tundra is, I don't know. I hate Jada. I don't hate him, but I'm really not a fan of Jada. It says 1/64. And you know what? If you base it off of the green light pickups, it might be close, but it's not accurate. It's not proportioned accurate, that's for sure. Just because the width of it doesn't, it's not the right proportions. But, see if I can get them all in the same. There you go. 4Runner, Tacoma, Tundra. Pretty badass, I think. So, that's the quick first part of the video. Those will be seen on Instagram a little bit later. I tried to follow up on the viewer's choice, and I saw a few other comments of some other ones. But before I show some of those, I'm going to show you just some random castings that I like. Starting with a Hot Wheels casting that, man, I had a ton of these when it came out, and I wish I had kept them because this thing is so awesome. This casting has never been released as a mainline, but it's been out in the original Heritage series, and it's been out a bunch of times in the Pop Culture. But the livery always sucks in the Pop Culture. And I love it with this livery because it's an actual livery. You can Google this van, and it looks so good. I gotta see if I can raise this up a little bit. That's a little too low. Little bit too low for me. Anyways, so this is an actual van, or based off of an actual van. And it's a really nice Hot Wheels casting. It's got really nice detail. Paint, or I shouldn't say painted. It has tampoed headlights and indicators. Authentic Ford graphics. It is missing the painted taillights, but does have metal body, metal base, rubber tires with tread. This is probably my favorite car from the Heritage series outside of the JDM stuff. There were some nice JDM cars in that series with the 240Z. You had the Kyosho Skyline, you had the Ken Mary Skyline, and you had the Bluebird. But outside of those, this was my favorite casting. This is the first time Hot Wheels put it out too, so technically I think would be considered a first edition. Not a whole lot of value to it, but really cool. I like it. I like vans. Another Hot Wheels. This one was mentioned in the last couple videos. This is 100% Hot Wheels. And it's one of those castings that will probably never leave my collection. I don't know what year this is. 1950. I can't read that. 64? That doesn't look like a 64. 59 maybe? I don't know what year this is, but it's a Cadillac Fleetwood Hurst, and it's a huge casting. I think it is pretty true to scale. This thing is awesome. If you look, let's see if I can get a little pointer here. Just gonna borrow some landscape here. All right, so if you look right up in this area here, you can see kind of the ripple effect of the vinyl top. The detail on this thing is really impressive. But Hot Wheels 100% were always really, really nice. I mean, they're really nice stuff. You can see that here with the Toyota as well. There's a lot of really nice detail going on with the 100% cars. So, this Cadillac is no exception. You've got the red interior. It does have a coffin in the back. You've got the white wall rubber tires with tread. Even the base is detailed and painted. And this came in a 3-pack with, had some, I think it was like a Tucker torpedo that was customized, and then it had the Monte Carlo lowrider, which I still have that as well. But this car is just awesome. It's an awesome car. It's real heavy. It's real big. It's longer than any of the Auto World cars, any of the M2 cars outside of those limos. Just a really big car and really nicely done. All kinds of detail, headlights, brake lights. Got the Voodoo Hearst graphics on the side with the flames. Your front end looks pretty spectacular. And then opening hood. So really cool car. These, of all these Cadillac Hearsts from Hot Wheels, this is probably the cheapest one to get. I think it's even cheaper than the white one that's sold on its own. It's cheaper to get this 3-pack, I think, than it is to get that white one. I have found these, even recently, I have found these as low as $20 for the 3-pack. And I think probably the most you would expect to pay would be about $30. So, and I think this is one of those castings that it's only ever going to go up. I don't see this one dropping in price. Hot Wheels only put this out, I think, 5 or 6 times. So it's really nice roller, just a big, heavy car. Really cool car. At the request of a commenter who said not to show any more of the import junk, I do have more of that. I want to show a couple more domestic castings first. This is a little green light car. I think it's so underrated. I just wanted to show you guys a really nice, highly detailed green light car that looks awesome, that you can pick up for under $10. And it's a relatively new release. I think it's a Miho exclusive. And it's a 2009 Chevy Corvette C6R. The one that I got, you can see on the base is, I actually like flat bases like this. I prefer this to the detail, if it means that you're putting extra detail up on top. But I got a number below 1,000 there. And here you go. It's got the Gulf livery. But this is a killer looking casting. And you can still own this casting for really cheap. I don't really ever see it climbing in price. I just don't think it's one of those castings like a Fox body or something like that would. Some of the green lights I think will. And I don't know, maybe this one will, but I don't see it. The headlights, it's got some of the nicest lens headlights I've seen in any 1:64 scale car. Not just the green lights, but just look at those headlights. That is totally sick. That looks amazing. Amazingly nice. That one you can see is offset just a smidgen. The wheels on this car, pretty nice. I would have preferred maybe like an orange or a baby blue to the black, but the tires are pretty nice too. Got the white lettering. So it's just an awesome green light race car that you can still get for under $10 shipped. It's got a really nice stance to it. Just a pretty awesome looking car. I like that one. So I figured I'd pull it out and take a look at it. And then the other green light car, or truck in this case, this is probably my favorite modern pickup tooling that they have out. I think it's like relatively new. I think it's only been out about a year. And it's the 2017 Dodge Ram Power Wagon. But this one, it's been out in the all-terrain. It came out as, I think, a hobby exclusive. And it's out as a Black Bandit. So you should always take your top 5 or 10 green light toolings, whatever they are, and you need to find them in the Black Bandit and buy them, because to me, the Black Bandits are some of the nicer releases that they put out, even though the black hides a lot of the lines of the cars, and it's horrible for doing videos, at least on my camera, because it doesn't show up very good. It shows all your fingerprints and all that kind of stuff. It still looks the best to me. And this is just one of those castings, I think they just nailed it. You know, sometimes you swing and you miss, and sometimes you hit it out of the park, and I think they hit this one out of the park. Really like the wheels and tires on it too. Especially the tires, though. Those tires are sick for a 1:64. So that is the Black Bandit Dodge Power Wagon. I've got the orange one and the blue one as well, and I like all three of them a lot. So if you're a truck person, then this is probably a must-have, I would say. Awesome truck. All right, now we're going to get into all the junk, which there's not a lot. I think, what do I got? 5 cars here I'm going to show. They're all JDM except one, so I'll start with that one. It is a Kyosho, but it's a German car. And I don't know what year it is, but it's just a C-Class Mercedes AMG. Dope little car. I had a black one. I think I traded the black one, or I might have just given it to Champion DJK. That was a tough decision too. I probably sat for 20 minutes looking at the black one and the white one, deciding which one do I want to keep. And the black one looks a lot better, but I have a ton of black Kyoshos. And, you know, with this scale, black, it tends to hide a lot of the car. So in this particular case, I ended up keeping the white one. And I really don't have any regrets about it. I hope that that Champion DJK enjoys the black one. I'm sure he probably likes it. It's a sweet car. But yeah, I'm glad I kept the white one in this case. I did the same thing with the G-Wagon too. I had a white one and a silver one, and I had to make that decision as well. But awesome, awesome car. I love it. So, Kyosho. Another Kyosho. Now we get into the JDM stuff, although 2 of the 3 of these Kyoshos are modern JDM. This one here is a very late model Mazda. I don't know what year, but it's an RX8, which is a very unique looking car in full scale. It's a really weird looking car because it's a little 2-door sports car that has little suicide doors for the back seat. I always thought it was kind of goofy when they came out, but my neighbor has a red one and I drive by it every day, and every time I see it, it kind of grows on me. I think these are pretty unique cars, and I don't know, maybe amongst the Japanese enthusiasts, they might have a little bit of a collector value down the road. Who knows? But I have to say, Kyosho pretty much nailed this one, like they always do. The taillights on this thing are... Let's see if I can get a good look at them. These things are wicked. I mean, look at the colors you have going on in those taillights. You have the clear, and then you have the red brake light, and then you have the amber indicator. That is dope. I really love Kyosho. I really do. I wish this stuff was easier to come by here in the U.S. So this one here, I was watching an earlier video of mine because for some reason, I don't know what it is, but for some reason, this is my favorite Skyline. I like the Ken Murray, but I like this one. It'd be between this and the Ken Murray. But this one here is not a... You know, all Skylines are desirable, but this is one of the least desirable. Put it this way. Of all the Skylines Hot Wheels made, they haven't made this one until the Japan Historics 2. It's never been out in the main line. So, take a look at it though. This thing is sick. I love it. Just love this car. Konami did an awesome job with this casting as well. The Kyosho is definitely nicer, but the Konami is still on point. I actually like the wheels a little bit better on the Konami, but everything else I like better on the Kyosho. Mainly the paint. The Kyosho paint is a much higher quality. And I had the red and the black Konami. I ended up trading the red one because I have it in red from Kyosho. So I kept the black Konami. But I really dig this car. Really cool car. And it's a 1980, which is a very good year. There's your lensed taillights. Damn, I'm already at 20 minutes. I only have 2 more to show you. But there you go. Turbo GTS. Very cool car. Man, I would love to have one of these. Really nice roller too. Real simple on the base. Plastic base. Alright, now this one is coming back up to a more modern car, because I think this one I think it's the early 90s was when this one was out. And this is a Skyline GTR BCNR 33. So this is actually the same car that Hot Wheels just brought out. Hot Wheels, by the way, smashed it. I thought that casting was fantastic. As Lamley right now is running through their votes for the Hot Wheels new model of the year. And to me, without question, it should be the R33. It's just an amazing die-cast car for a buck. The 2000 GT would be my second choice. So either way, it should be a Skyline. Although they did put out a lot of other really nice castings this year, those two were on point in my opinion. I liked the Volkswagen. I really liked the RX-7 that came out. But with all of that said, I would still have to give it to the R33. You can see here this color is just really hard to show on my camera. But beautiful little Skyline from Kyosho. I need to get a Kyosho R32. If any of you have one and you're willing to trade, let me know, because I would really like to have a Kyosho R32. I've got a really nice R34 to go with the R33 here. And then this car, this is one that I picked up a while ago. I've really only looked at this car, I think, one other time since I've owned it. And I was looking at it in the Carney case, and I was just looking at it like, man, that thing is awesome looking. It's probably, from an aesthetic standpoint, it might be the nicest looking car in my collection, just aesthetically, as far as you could put this in a jewelry case next to some diamond rings and some, you know, gold chains, and I think it would look really good. It would look like it fits in. That's kind of what it reminds me of, is just I don't know, like almost like a Fabergé or something. It just looks so nice. It's so classy looking. And it is a Tomica Limited Vintage. I guess Fabergé would be more of the eggs. But he did some other jewelry stuff that was pretty flashy and pretty classy looking. But this thing right here has gangster written all over it, you know, whether it's a politician gangster or a gangster. I have no regrets about buying this car. When I bought it, I was like, well, I really don't know what the heck it is, because these have never been sold here in the US, and you know, it's like, I just don't know the car, but it looked so killer that I went ahead and picked it up, and now it's one of those cars that I'll never get rid of it. It's probably the only TLV that you can really set up next to like an Auto World DeVille, or, you know, a Greenlight Marauder or something like that. Like just a big, beefy luxury sedan. Another one that this looks really nice next to is that Kyosho Bentley. It's another example. The TLV are nice though, because they have this incredible suspension. The rubber tires on these cars are super soft. They're not like the Greenlights where they're basically plastic. They slide all over the place. Oh, look at that. It's basically just a plastic tire with tread. These are like super grippy, really soft rubber. And then the detail in the car is pretty unreal how nice of a job these guys do. It's just a refined detail. You know, all these detail brands do lens headlights, lens tail lights. None of them ever look nearly as clean as the TLV does. And the wheels, just to top it off, these wheels are sick. Then you've got this chrome trim around the rocker panel. Oh, and around all the windows. What else we got? Metal body, metal base. It is a Toyota Century, if I didn't mention that. And from a... I think that might be Champion DJK, actually. I don't recognize the number, but I think that might be him. I just forgot what I was going to say. From a TLV standpoint, this is a massive car because it's about the size of an average Auto World casting. And most of the Tomica Limited Vintage stuff it's all true to scale. Those are the only two brands that make that claim. I think Schuco might, but they're not on the same level. But all their other cars, they're all true to scale, but, you know, Japanese cars back in the 60s and 70s were tiny compared to American cars. And this thing here is a boat. I mean, this is at least as big as a Greenlight Crown Vic. And to get a car from Tomica Limited Vintage that size, there aren't a lot of them. There are some, but there's not a lot. The Nissan President is one, and there's, I think, a couple others. But to me, this is the nicest of all of those. So, anyways, enough on that. So that's the video for tonight. We are another day closer to a little die-cast car baby. And we still don't have a name picked out. At least we have it narrowed down. And we are a day closer to Christmas. Today was my Friday at work, so I don't have to worry about work until Tuesday. And I may not have to worry about it then. And even if I do, we have a surgery planned for Wednesday. So not worst case, but the longest case scenario is that he comes Wednesday. And if that's the case, then I won't have to worry about work for a little while. But I'll have a lot of stuff going on, so I don't know how much I'm going to be able to be on. I know I have some stuff on the way that I have been looking forward to showing for over a year, so I will figure out a way to fit that in my schedule. And then anything else I find, I'll throw up along the way. But let me know what other castings you guys want to see. You can pick from the Johnny Lightning video. You can pick from, you know, the Greenlight cabinet or the Carney. There was a comment to show the Hot Wheels Bree Datsun. A lot of that stuff going back, I no longer have, or else I would show it. But I've really, my collection was so massive and so expansive, and I had to downsize. I know I'll probably regret that at some point because I got rid of a lot of really nice stuff. But I really tend to enjoy the more detailed stuff. So I've kind of gotten away from Hot Wheels, but occasionally I will buy a Hot Wheel car. But when it comes to like the main, everybody's got their main stuff that they like to collect. For me, it's Greenlight, but I will collect anything that has rubber tires and painted headlights and taillights. that looks moderately accurate. A lot of the green light stuff has headlights and taillights, but the scale is horrible, or the stance is horrible, or the proportions are horrible. So a lot of that kind of stuff I won't buy, but most of it I will. So there you go. Thanks for checking it out. You all have a good weekend. I will holler at the next one.